Not quite. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okie dokie, yeah. So this is, get a measurement down here. So in here we are just shy of 8. What are we up here? Just shy of 8, a little bit more, but that's what I want. I want that measurement. Yeah, okay. So just shy of 8. Kind of like if I took the line type of thing. So let's go on a good edge. This edge may be crooked. That one is crooked. I know, I've seen it right there, right off the bat. I noticed it was crooked. This one's straight. Okay. This is the edge we're going to use. Now I'm going to take this one just shy of 8. Same thing here. $10.60. That's a dentist office. Carbon monoxide alarm. Okay. So we got this just shy of, and that just shy of. Okay. Actually, I want to take the line. That's what I want. Okay. Now, we need to go one of them, 9.5. 9.5. Okay. Sure. I gotta clean off the scrap wood pile I got over here. I gotta clean all the shit out of this saw. That's what's catching it. Using it for too many little things, and then all the little wood gets caught in there, and the next thing you know, it's kicking things back at me. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about that now. Otherwise, I'll get sidetracked on that and start cleaning. All right, so I want 9.5. 9.5. 9.5. That should be right about there, but let's double check it. Let's make this thing straight again. See if the words are pushing me on where I need to be. Hey, the measurement on this is wrong. Or the measurement on this is wrong. One or the other. Seeing that I'm using the tape to measure this, that's what I'm going to go by. here I have a measurement on this side. I'm sure you guys are aware of it. 1 through 9.5, actually 9 and almost 9 3/4. Now, from there to here, I just measured it, and it's off. It's off by 1/4 inch. That explains something that I was doing the other day. Well, actually, it's about 3 weeks ago. I was cutting something, and I was using that, and I was using the tape measure, not this tape measure, but another tape measure. You know, why are these measurements not cutting right? I never really noticed it or paid mind to it like I just did. Something told me to check it. Alright, so this is going to go here, right there. That's where that's going to go. And see what happened? Even though I measured it 9.5. I measured this at a little under an 8. Nowhere's in hell does that fit there. It fits here, but we're off down there. Every time I know what it is. And I measure it twice. I measured 3 times, and I still had that problem. I gotta take this hair off of this. I gotta raise it just a hair. And I should put it on an angle, but if I don't, I can use liquid nail, and that would make up for it because we're only talking hair. You know what? Let's do it. Let's put a little bit of angle there. And it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just use that. No, I can't use that one. I'll use this one. Good. That worked. Gave me just enough what I needed. Do the same thing with this one. Okay. Let me get some more water in this thing. Hold on. We do have water now. See, this is a little bit of a pain in the ass because of 2 things. Make sure I'm doing the right side here. Right there. I got to change the blade on that, or the band, or whatever it is you want to call it. That's the only thing I can think of why that thing isn't cutting right. The blade is tight. straight edge, or the T, or whatever it is you want to call it, that I made, is right on the line. What did I do here? Yeah, I did that. And I knew I did that, because I even wet this end with the water. And I put the glue on the other side. Well, I mean, the back's going to get glued on, but for now it's just going to get all over my hand. See? It has been. The other ones are going to be a little too short. The other ones are 3/4. And the other ones, I have tons of 3/4, and I have tons of 1.25 inches. And this one is 1 inch, and this is all I have. I don't believe that. I got staples. But, I mean, the staples are better, actually, but this really isn't. Well, I guess I could use them. We'll see. We will see. I am having a great time spilling water today. I'm looking for, see, I started too many things at once. That's what the problem was. Here it is. I was working on the speaker box, which I still am. But the advanced wasn't working. I started working on that, and then things just started flying up all around me, and next thing you know, I got a boom nightmare going there. I was a little off here, so I could probably get away with 1.25. Because I'm off about, I'm off close to 1/4 inch. Yeah, the liquid nail would work. But I want to make sure I have something else in there. That sucks. Okie dokie. Everything's going over steady. Perfecto. Alright. Make sure I have the right side this time. Put it in the right angle. The right angle. here, which is going to be it's right in front of me, guys. Got too many things on my mind. That's all there is to it. Now this one has to fit tight. That's all there is to it. And I don't know what to do with that saw. I mean, I take into consideration of the blade and everything. Now this is measured right. This is off though, a quarter inch. So that can have a lot to do with that. I got to remember not to use that. I'll probably make a vinyl sticker over it with, no matter what I put on there, it's going to wear off, but anything gets better than going by that. Even if I put a piece of tape over so we don't go by it. And then just, you start not getting the right cut. When you know you're doing it right, it starts to make you think twice. Then when it starts to cut crooked, you know how many times I checked this to see if this was off because it kept cutting crooked on me? Here we go. Is it going to fit? I can make that fit. I'd rather make it fit than have it there. Good. Okay, I'd rather have it snug than have it too loose. Yeah, I don't know if it's me or what, but sometimes I mean, if you double check and you're always checking your measurements, or you're always checking to make sure everything's the same, you pay attention to your rule, whatever it is one you're using, you try to use the same one on the same project. You have a new saw, you're thinking it should cut at least straight the first time, but you have to check everything. A bandsaw that doesn't want to cut straight when everything says that it should be. Check that. Strong possibility. Strong possibility. Seeing that this thing is going to be covered anyway, doesn't really make too much of a difference. I know I cut that right. I know I did. And you guys didn't see me do it twice. Well, I can make it work. Okay, what I'm going to do here is, I really don't have a, well, I guess just do this and do it right. And it's not nailed in there yet. It's not a little bit water, even though I spilled half of it. Now, I don't want to treat this as a piece of shit. It's not going to be as critical as if it would be if I was running a lot of power through it. But still, you want it to be halfway right, because whichever way I do this, whichever way I decide to do this, right? And again, put glue on myself. I glued the wrong end again. You want it to be as close to right as possible. Some things I don't mind cheating on, and there's other things that you got to kind of do what you can, the best you can. This is one of those in betweens. Now, I can try to, well, I guess I'm going to do, I'm not going to try to keep that down there. It's not going to want to stay down, so I'm going to have to hold it down when I tag it. And that'll help keep it where I want it to be. Otherwise it's going to. And I don't like having that. I don't like having it that close to my hand. Okay. Booga booga. Whoa. Nasty, nasty. That's why I don't like having it too close to my hand. Especially on the plywood. It caught something in the wood and shifted it, see? And if I have my hand there, hello, hello, hello. I mean, it wasn't life-threatening. Even though it could have been at one time or another, or whatever. But it definitely could have ruined my day, or a couple hours of it anyway. See if I can just roll this out the backside. Yeah. There. I'm not even going to bother putting another one in there. I'll spill the water again now. I gotta glue some type of a weight to that thing, a little bit bigger, because every time I go in and out of it, I tip it over. There is a brush on the floor someplace that was in there, because I have two sizes of brushes. Do I really need them? No. It's nice. Nice to have them. Okay. So that takes care of that one. Now. Look at this side. I'm there. Same thing. 8. Cancel. I never did measure or check it. I should do that someday. Not a big deal. The laser may be off. And if everything else is straight, the laser's off, that's going to account for my crooked cut. Yeah, I go by the laser, but you're thinking if everything that you're using, your backstops and everything are what they should be, well then everything should be okay. But I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why the hell it's doing what it's doing. Why is it doing it? Why are you doing what you're doing to me? To me. Anyway, guys, I got too many things on my mind, so I gotta start eliminating them. I got a call from New Jersey, the Coast Guard. Well, I didn't get a call from New Jersey. I got a call from the commander here, who was trying to enter. Now that line is straight. Anyway, I get a call from Jersey. No, I'm sorry. I get a call from the commander here. And she's trying to enter in our hours. See, they got to keep track of our hours, and it goes down the chain. We keep track of our hours on a form. We send it to them, and she keeps track. And then she looks at it, and then she sends in a monthly report, and yada, yada, yada. Well, with this AuxNet thing, which takes me a lot of time, I can very easily eat up 5 hours a week. Now, we don't get paid for it, but it does go into our record. And I don't like to have a blemished record. If I can do it, if I do it, I screwed up. That's it. You know, it is what it is. But if I'm doing right, and it's screwing up or coming out wrong because of something else, well then, hello. That's kind of what's happening at this point. She calls me up because I'm in charge of the particular hours that she's trying to enter. And she says that she can't enter the hours for one of my guys, Ray, and myself. Because we're coming up in the system as not being there. So, what do we do at this point? Well, what happened and why that happened is that back in March of 2019, myself and Ray had to renew. I knew that was going to happen. We had to renew. So, we have to fill out the forms and we have to give them to this person. And this person that we give them to was the person that I took his place. So we give them to this person in March of 2019, and he never entered them. See, that's way too short. Well, let me get a couple in anyway. So here we are waiting for our renewals to come back in, and they're not coming. Where the hell are they? So Ray, he's in charge of the inspections and things like that. And at the time, he was in charge of getting our renewal forms to the guys that I took his place. Which he did. Well, near the end of the year, I'm talking late December, we call him and say, what's going on? He goes, well, I don't know, I got to check. We're going to have to refill out the forms. There was something wrong with them. Well, they are touchy. I found that out. But why didn't you get back to us then? It didn't take them over a year to get back to you. You know? So that's when he says he's starting to get tired of it and he can't keep up with it. And that's when Ray throws me into the fire and says, well, Buzz can do it for you. Buzz can take your place. That's like, he's the one that got me where I am now. Buzz can do this. So, I feel flattered. I mean, you know, hello. I said, stop it. Next thing he's going to have me running for first selectman or something. No. Ray, slow down. Stop. Buzz is tired. So anyhow, when I finally took over, I got a hold of New Jersey because she calls me up, the one here in Connecticut, and says, we can't get your hours in. She says, I'm working on that. I says, I've been talking with Val in New Jersey. I says, we're working on trying to get it done. I told her what happened. She goes, you're shitting me. I go, no. Right? You know, he should have never. Why did he wait? Look, I have no idea. You know, I mean, you should get around at this point. Alright, I gotta find my J. There it is. My J. Because before I go any further, I need to put some holes in this puppy. Come on, I don't remember you being that height. Somebody close you down on something here? No. Good boy. Never had a problem with this. I don't know who the mother company is, the father company, the sister company, the uncle. I don't know who it is, but this, I have never had a problem with this. This thing is a piece of, it's a dream. I've had it, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how long I've had it. I think I bought that when we started working on the condo. When I got out of the hospital from the back surgery, we were actually living on the boat when I went in, and when I came out, we were on a condo. But meanwhile, apparently there was some paperwork passed around, and we ended up going in the condo when I was in the hospital. You know, the wife, you know, looking out for me. Condo naturally is better than to recuperate than living on a boat. However, the boat was quite comfortable, so I didn't care. Let me see. If I put this up, I'm going to put this right in the center. This way I don't have to worry about it. This will probably kick me in the ass later. I'm going to go center. And I got to figure what on the inside. That's about the size of a what? Actually, I probably got a hole saw that size, so that'll be an easy one to do. Now, I'm going to put these this way. Why? I have no idea. I just figured they'd be a good way to put them. And I may even use a hole saw to start these. Two and a half. look at the eye, even though it's crooked. Physically, I mean, it doesn't. It's not crooked. What you call it there, Missouri old timer. He kind of knows what I'm talking about because he had it. Let me put these where they're not going to get destroyed by accident. That's another thing. A lot of this stuff I had to pick up on my own because nobody actually told me anything. I have noticed that when we are on call, we're not, on a shutdown or stand down. I have noticed that certain tones, like for instance, if you're actually going to tone out somebody, and like for instance us, that beep that you just heard, that goes for a while. Like hello, everybody wake up and listen. So they give you a chance. They don't just go beep and start talking. They give you enough time to, oh wait a minute. Make sure that I'm gonna need a little bit. So this one seems to be doing a lot of nothing, giving me a hard time. See the angle of the dangle here, the little boop 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 booms, they are all screwed up. If I had a good wheel on my grinder, I would probably be able to cut a pretty good one in. See, I took the Dremel and tried to get it a little bit better. Yeah, okay. I took the cutting blade, or the sanding blade, whatever you want to call it, the cutting blade, on the Dremel, and I kind of just like turned it on and kind of turned a little bit, turned a little bit. I mean, I had nothing to put it in, they're not perfect, but at least it's working. Now I gotta try to get at least one of them here, so I need this one now. It doesn't have to be the size, so why am I even using this one? Find that you have a good sanding block or sander or whatever it is you use. Sharpening these are, to me, a lot easier than sharpening the other one, that's for sure. And keeping them in is another thing. Okay. Oh, here it is. I have 4 units, and I keep a bit in one, Phillips in another, hex in another. Actually, the hex in 2. I like to just grab and work. I don't want to sit there and have to, grab it and then change the chuck or change the, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that. I think a lot of that is bred into me with my grandfather. My grandfather was always the guy that don't waste time. Like I told you. If he had a guy up on a ladder, he'd have a fresh bucket of paint for him at the foot of the ladder. So when he came down the ladder, he was able to go right back up the ladder. He didn't have to go down around to the paint station to get paint. And if he was going to be done with that particular ladder, my grandfather had another ladder right next to it. So when he come down one, grab his fresh bucket, and go up the other. Now it sounded like, okay, he's a little tough to work for, but he really wasn't. He was just efficient. And the guys knew him, and they knew the way it was. They were with him for years. None of the guys that he had working for him would drink, which was good. the other side. You're already. Why the hell didn't I think of that? Let me see. This one may not work, but we'll try it. It'll work. I just gotta figure out a way to tighten that down. How it's going to work. So, just take that right out of there, I guess, seeing that it wanted to come out to start with. And then we'll just stick that in here to hold that while I loosen that. Now let's put the wheel in there, see if that helps. Are those empty? Are those empty? Oh, because they're empty. All right. I only asked you a question. Hey. What's up, big guy? What? Yeah, that's what I was thinking yesterday. I kept saying, "Oh shit, I gotta meet Brian. Oh shit, I gotta meet Brian." And no, no. Yeah, right. Well, that's good. No, not a problem. You know, I went over, had my coffee, hung out for a few minutes. You know, watched the cops drive back and forth, going nuts and stuff like that. You know, so it was. Yeah, I got a little fresh air, you know. I was over there, opened up the windows on the van, and just sat there and had my coffee, my bagel, and watched traffic. So, all right, not a problem. Well, we'll make it a point next week. We'll catch up and sit down and have coffee over there again or something. Again. Ha ha! Yeah, all right. Oh, sure you do. Sure you. Oh, Cap. Now you're calling me Cap because you're apologizing, you prick. I know, but it's you know you don't have to unless we're all the other guys. You know, it's Buzz. That's me. You know. All right, but all right, yeah. So how about we'll make plans for next week and we'll meet for coffee and we'll just sit there and bullshit and this one needs a little bit more work. What I'm doing here, what I'm using is this thing. I got that at Harbor Freight when I first put the addition on. This is the third one. I came home, turned it on, hooked it up, tried to use this thing, and the cable snapped inside. I call him up. I said, the cable snapped. I said, is there a chance you have another one there? Meaning the cable. Oh, no, we don't have replacement parts, but bring it back and we'll give you another one. Okay, I bring it back. They give me another one, a whole new unit. When all they had to do was give me the end. Whole new unit. All right, I come back home. I'm using it. 2 days later, cable snaps. And I'm not doing any more than what I'm doing now. I make sure the cable's straight. Cable snaps. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, so I go back and I buy another one. And I had this one back in the box, or the other one. This is the third one. This is the one I actually bought. The other one, I put it back in the box because it was brand new. It looked brand new. I put it back in the box, and I went up there. I bought this one. Mine was already in the box in the truck. And then I went and had coffee, and I came back, and I brought the other one back in. So listen, I just bought this, and the cable's not working, and I returned it. Now, and I got my money back. However, I mean, I could have just returned the other one again, but you know, for some reason, I felt like I gotta do it this way. I don't know why. You know, it was extra work on my part actually because I had to hang around and have coffee. But this is the third one. Now, the cable broke on this one. The cable in these things are really cheap, light type metal. It's way too light, way too airy. I mean, it's just shit. So I ordered this one from Grizzly. It took me 2 weeks to get it in. They sent me the whole thing. However, this didn't fit this. So that's why it's like that. I had to modify it to fit. And then this is a piece of heavy duty shrink tubing, really thick stuff that I put on there to help hold everything so that nothing vibrates free. So, but this is a Grizzly. Now, I can buy the cable from this from Grizzly. This cost me $21 for the whole unit. I believe their cable is 13 or something like that. However, I'm better off with this one. So far it hasn't snapped. And I make sure that I keep it well oiled. I don't over oil it, but I keep it well oiled. And so far, now this is only, since I actually have it, I got this one and things, this may be maybe a dozen times I've used it. And this is actually the longest I've used it. So it seems like we're doing pretty good. A little more. Actually, it should be a little bit. I'm going to change it now. There we go. This box is just about ready to start assembling. Oh, assembling. These. Yeah, let me turn off the fan. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but the dust was getting in my face a little bit, so I put the intake exhaust. It kind of like takes it in and circulates it back and cleans everything up for me. Anyway. Hey, Tuck Tuck, how you doing, little buddy? How you doing, little buddy? How's my little buddy? You're the smorgasbord. And there's Nikki. You going to smorgasbord? All right, go ahead. What you want? Come here, Nick. What you want? What you want? No? What you want, Nick? I need the staple guns out, so we're going to leave that out. Alright, so where am I? Oh, I got to get the sander. So I want to use the, no, I think I'll use the belt sander. I should clip it down. I'm bound to do that. So, to do that, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to get this piece, and I'm going to screw it in so I can clamp it down upright. That's what I want to do. Buddy. Okay, I'm going to flip this down now so I can do this with the belt sander. I think I told you underneath here I got a 2x4. I'll show you in a minute, if I remember that is. I can find a couple more of these I'd buy them. I just can't find the 4 inches. You got something, little buddy? Okay. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah, good for you, buddy. You all set? You got enough? How you doing? You okay? I don't have, which I really don't need, because I don't do a lot of finish work. This isn't going to be a finished piece anyway. I don't have any tack rags. Hey, buddy. Okay. Let me grab these 2 speakers so I can clean them up. we still on? The microphone's still on too. Okay. This over here. Over here. I don't know any super heavy. I can crimp these. Put crimps on because there's crimps on there now. But I don't want to have to worry about going up there and taking them down and whatever. So I'm just going to solder them on. And if these speakers go, I'll just buy a set. It's cheaper. I mean, I could have bought a set cheaper than what I'm doing here, guys. I mean, really. I'm just doing this because I got nothing else to do. Well, I got a lot more to do, actually, but I mean, I have everything I need here, so it keeps me busy. I could probably have bought a nice set for about 50 bucks. That would probably even be better. But this is where I'm at. So. And it's just something to do. I mean, the amplifier is only 20 watts or so. Or is it? I don't even remember. $40 watts. 40 watts times 2. So 40 watts a channel. And it's a Pyle. Well, Pyle at one time used to make very good stuff, but there. Depending on the quality of your speaker, sometimes they put these on here, they'll pull them off, you'll wreck the speaker. There's a little wire that goes from that into the speaker. I'm sure all you guys are aware of that. This is going to go forward, so I don't break the board. If they use, and they normally do, in this case they did. If you look at a speaker, there's a little hole in each tab. Well, that has two purposes. One is if you want to solder the wire to it, it's easier to get the wire into the hole a little bit, but its other purpose, if you look on the clips that they use, the clip has a little locking lever on it, like it sticks out just a hair. So when you push it in, it automatically just pops into that hole, which makes it really hard to get out. Now this wire is actually a little too big for these speakers, but I haven't got any. Well, I probably do, but it would be all scrap, and I don't feel like dealing with a lot of scrap wire right now. It takes more time. My wife's walking around outside. I went to the firehouse today. I was there for about a half an hour. She was outside for half an hour with the boys, just sitting around reading books. Not bad out. I don't have the heat on anywhere. Now, what's important here is I want to make sure that the speaker's marked negative and positive. So I want to make sure I follow the same pattern on both speakers and know what pattern I'm using all the way around. So actually, you're going to use the red on the power side. And another thing is, sometimes you'll notice that if the hole or the power side doesn't always apply, but the hole will be smaller on the power than it is the negative, and usually the tab will be a little bit bigger than the negative side. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow. It's just it's a good idea to do each one the same. Otherwise, they'll work against one another, and it'll change the sound. Now, like I told you the other day, sometimes they do that because of the sound change. See, when you start the speaker, and the speaker is starting from the back, going boom, 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 pushing air. If it starts from the front, it'll go boom this way, and it won't be pushing as much air as clean. And if you have it working in the opposite, they're going to get different tones because they're out of beat. And that's sometimes a good thing. I mean, that's just kind of an easy way of me trying to explain it to you. There's actually more involved in that. I'll try to bring this over a little bit so you can watch me if you want to watch me solder. Usually I would tin those speaker wires first. I really didn't feel like making them any thinner or thicker and try to get it through the hole. Now I'm using a paste flux instead of liquid flux only because I want to make sure it stays. Again, depending on the job, I want to use a solder. I want to use a thin solder. I don't want to use anything heavy at this time. And the object here is not to fall and trip on everything on the floor. Is this high enough? Yeah. Now my glass is good enough. Try to stay away from the solder fumes. When I have my shop, or even here, if I got to do a lot of soldering, I turn the fan on, which I'd rather have just a little exhaust fan, a draw fan, something that doesn't take a lot, because I don't want it to be blowing on here that it's actually cooling things down before I have a chance to solder it. So you want something that's going to draw it up, or just enough to move it. Things go so easy when you have flux. They do. It's like when you split a pipe, you're putting that paste on there. It's a flux. It cleans the pipe and makes the solder flow. Let's take a peek. This is the one I'm concerned about. Okay, now we need little screws to put this in with. I don't want to use the ones I normally use. They're too big, too heavy. And that would be just about perfect, I would think, if I have enough of them. Yep. So I need 12. Ooh, now that may not be so perfect. 2, 3, 4, 9. I think I just hit a little gold mine of them over here. 10, 11. Not too heavy. Hold on. There it is. 12. Bingo. Then I'm going to put these in by hand. I'm going to give you a little starter hole so I don't end up wrecking. I'm looking for a caulk gun. All right, let me take these over there and I'll be right back to get you. Oh, I can't do that yet. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me turn that sidearm back on. I gotta put this capacitor in line. But I gotta find the right side. Look at this little thing. Come on. Let me see. This is the positive side. What this does, this goes on the real little one, the little round one, the tweeter or whatever. I'm sure you guys heard of the word like crossovers and stuff like that. Well, basically what they're just a bunch of capacitors, for the most part everyone, depending on the manufacturer. But this does a couple of things. It keeps it from overpowering it, and it'll also keep the bass out of it, so the bass won't blow it, because that's not going to take the same amount of bass as that would take. And you could take a 10-inch bass, and if you put the right value capacitor on it, it's going to sound like a little tweeter. Yeah. So, all right, now. Oh. Make sure you shut off. Yeah, the mic is still on. Okay, I'll plug it back over here. Again, mic still on? Yep. Camera still on? Yep. Still recording? Yep. Okay. I don't want you to miss any of this exciting video that's going on here. I'll cut a lot of it out because again, a lot of it's basically like a no nonsense thing here. I mean, well, all nonsense. Something you guys really don't want to see or have to see or have to deal with. Now, I want to get on the edge, but I don't want to get inside the speaker cone. So I'm being careful here. And this is only to stop it from possibly rattling. It's not really, but it'll help hold it in place. But more for it to help it from rattling. I'm gonna say that's been in there before. Why isn't it in there now? Okay. Don't need a lot. Like I said, it's enough to kind of take away any unevenness that maybe. I was doing this. I'd use a different, doing this for somebody that's like a customer in the store at the time. I'd be using different tools. Because I'd set a whole bead up for each speaker, but the caulk gun and everything is longer tip and smaller, so I can get in with these things easier. So I don't have to worry about getting shit all over everything when you're working on a $50,000 or $60,000 vehicle. You want everything to work when you want it to work and stop when you want it to stop. And then I would also have a little bit more, because it would be more of an even bead, because it'd be in a car, so it would have to take up a little bit more of a view. You guys that do installs for a living, you know what I'm talking about. Things may have changed since I've been. You got to remember, I haven't. When did I close the store? Well, I actually told the store. When did I do that? 89, 90. So I'm sure things have changed since then. All right, let's see if we can do a couple more. I'll put both in the speaker. And the clock doesn't help the girl do it. I don't know if you guys will listen. Drew was doing a little video the other night. At the first, it was a little, I don't want to say it was confusing. You don't belong there. Just back up. Our speaker moved a bit. Once he started giving a list out, though, it all came about. He was explaining to you where he got it from to give it,
Yeah. So you didn't think you were just pulling your leg. But a lot of the stuff that, well, I don't remember all, but everything he said actually made sense and was true. It wasn't just somebody's idea. Well, not somebody per se. It was doctors. And if you think about it, you'll know what he means and how it does make sense. For instance, hot liquid, about every 20 minutes. You know, it doesn't mean you have to drink a glass of it. A couple, 2 or 3 ounces, you know, something. The liquid is part of it, but it's also the steam. You know, but for all intents and purposes, that's about right. What you gotta do? You know, hot apple cider, whatever. You know, have it hot. Not hot where it's gonna burn you. You know, like you would normally drink your coffee or tea. You know, not getting indigestion and stuff like that. So I get a lot of things from the Coast Guard as well as the department, the medical team over here, things, and the state, both state and local or federal. So I get coming from 3 ends and Coast Guard, so 4 in my 5 ends. Depends on what's going on with you at the time. But meanwhile, they're all saying the same thing. Wash down, you go out, you know, try to take your clothes off as close to the door as possible. Try to designate some type of a spot that you can do this in, or your family can do it in. Be one at a time or whatever, you know, don't all crowd into the house at once. It takes you a couple minutes to get in there, do it. Get your clothes off, put it in the washing machine. If you use a little bleach, use it. You know, on your whites and things, not so much your color clothes, but preferably hot water. And a lot of water. I always double rinse. The only thing that doesn't get washed are our shoes, our boots, whatever goes on our feet. However, I just spray them down with an alcohol mixture. When I went shopping yesterday, I may take it to the extreme. But as I'm putting it in the truck, in the bags, I'm not spraying every individual item. But everything that was in the bag, excuse me, was in a box. So it's not like I'm spraying it right on the product. But I was mixing it again with an alcohol water mixture. Alcohol helps kill this stuff. So you don't want to spray it down so much that it's getting soaking wet. But a nice little mist here and there doesn't hurt. So I just mist everything in the bag. Mist it. And then get home, we take it out of the bag and wipe it down. Actually, I don't need that anymore. That mist is pretty damn tight. I could go pretty damn tight. I don't need to use the rest of these screws. Yeah, by the time that all seals up and everything, we ain't got an issue. Good deal. Alright, let me put this back over there. I'll be right back. Not out of the ordinary. She goes, you're kidding, right? Because I was clearing my throat. I over-exaggerated it just now, but I was clearing my throat. She goes, what's that? I said, I'm just clearing my throat. She goes, you just said, I said, no, it's not out of the ordinary. So I've been doing that for the last 5 or 6 years. I got dogs. I'm allergic to dogs. She goes, that's a sign of the virus. I go, well, great. If the virus was out 5 or 6 years ago, I got it. How's that? So I said to her, go back, check my YouTube page. Go back 4 or 5 years. She says, no, I understand. That morning, we get a call. My office visit was canceled. So check the YouTube page. I'm not bullshitting you. I annoy myself with it. Alright, now I need a small hole to put these two together. And then I need a small hole coming out. So let me go back and get the drill. As I was saying earlier, I think you heard it,
well, you didn't hear it yet, but I don't know if I'm going to cut it out or not because I don't pay attention to where I'm cutting it, other than if I feel I'm walking out of the picture for a long period of time. I will cut that out. So, or if I'm doing something in one spot for a long period of time, I may be talking, but at the same time, I may be cutting. So anyway, what I was talking about was I could have bought these speakers, not these, but I could have bought a set of speakers for what I want to do this for probably about $50. Because I don't need anything super great out here. I mean, you know, these aren't going to be super great. You know, they sounded good. They actually sound good when I do have them up because I had them working. It's just that they were getting in my way. So, for that reason alone, I decided to do something. Now, see, this will fit right up inside the rafters, so I don't have to worry about it. It's out of the way. Okay. Let me get the wire stripper. The wire stripper. What are the wire ties for, you ask? Think about it for a minute. Making these wires longer right now, just in case I just want to wrap them together until I decide what I'm going to do with the ends. There's a clip up there, so I may put the same clip on this end here. But meanwhile, I know I got enough wire here. So what am I going to do with the wire ties, you ask? Oh, you didn't? Alright, never mind. Thought I heard you ask. Somebody did. I heard you say, what do you do with the wire ties? You got it on here, I think. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with the wire ties. No, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the wire ties. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Besides, from you maybe from that show me state. Show me. Okay. I brought the wire in through the hole here, and it's connected to the speaker. Well, if I pull this wire too hard, I'm going to pull it, and it's going to pull right off the speaker and possibly wreck the speaker. So if I put this on the back of the hole and make it nice and tight on the wire, it'll stop the wire from pulling through, hence saving my speaker. Aha! Makes sense, no? Well, now that it does, now that I told you. Gotta make sure it's tight. And I always like to leave a little piece. Now this is a different story because there's no hole. So I will take that and wire tie it because it's going to be coming through a hole. But I'm just going to tie all these together now, and that'll help protect them all when it comes through the back. And if you can't get it really tight, you really should have some type of a strain relief on it. So if you can't get it real tight, put a little glue on it or something, just to make sure. Like I said, you want to make sure that you have it tight. Ow, I must have a sliver. Oh, you expect me to see it? Oh, I don't have a strong magnet. Might be a piece of magnet I'll run that over it, and maybe a piece of metal. Now, I don't think this is going to be dry enough for me to put it on the back yet. But I do have to put some insulation in here. I don't want to put a spray foam in there because I'm not going to have control over it. I don't want to open up a can just to throw it in there and it's not usable. So, I know I have, here we go. Reach it, here we go. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, there's certain things. Oh, man. Certain things that just, wow. Okay, this would be perfect. Just gotta cut it in half. Just wanted to help deaden the sound a little bit. Well, you know what I gotta do here? Oh, I know what I should do, I just don't know. I don't feel like going. Stuff it, stuff it, put it in the box and stuff it. I'm going to actually push it forward a little bit more. There. Same with this one. Push it forward. Make the cavity a little bit bigger, but yet it has a little room case. The tweeter's another story now. What am I going to do with that? No more of that foam out here. So do no, the foam's out in the shop. I don't really feel like walking over there. What do I have over here I can use? Try to get a bigger bit. A bigger bit. Well, that worked out well, didn't it? I knew that wasn't dry enough. It seems I'm going to be screwing it in now anyway. Does it really make a difference? No. I really have to. I gotta go to Home Depot, but I really don't want to. Not so much because of the turn that around. Virus thing. I knew that wasn't going to sit long enough for that to work. But anyway, seems I'm going to be bolting it together now anyway. What the hell's the difference? I'll put the clamps on it after. Yeah, that little four-wheel drive Toyota, what a nice little vehicle it was. decided she wanted to get a Subaru wagon. So that's what we ended up doing. And we had, she's bought that in '97. And we just got rid of it last year. Didn't know it was anything. Okay. Not perfect. It's definitely not nice and square, but it will do the job. And I do have something I'm going to use for the speaker covers. I think I can use it. All I gotta do is try to get it off. And I think I don't even have to get it off in one piece, as long as I can say pieces. Yeah, and I think I can. If I get my finger right there. Yeah, I'm gonna need the Dremel though. Yeah. And it actually has a cutout for it. So I'm just going to cut this off with the Dremel. Or actually, I can probably use the saw. Just got to get this middle strip off it. So we're going to let that sit for now. I'm done for now. Let me put the cover back on the glue. Everything here is done. Let me unplug you guys. Came out and told me that